Hey guys, we're doing a lower body stretch today. This is yoga inspired, but feel free to be in sneakers if you'd like to be. You can use a regular mat for this. You don't need to use a yoga mat. Don't worry about it if you don't have one, but do have something soft like a mat or carpeting that you'll be able to be comfortable on when we come down to the floor partway through. All right, so let's get started. All right, so we're just gonna start with the feet underneath the hips, okay? So you've got a little space between your feet, and I want you to take the knees kind of soft here so the legs aren't locked out. Let's just take in a breath, draw the shoulders back, and exhale, start to roll forward, send your hips back. We're gonna come down about halfway, and then press palms into your thighs, slowly round it back up. We'll find a little more length again through the legs, and then roll it back down. So we're hinging at the hips, bending a little bit more at the knees, sending the hips back. Let's roll it up, deep breath in. Exhale, let's come down again. So we're hinging at knees, hinging at hips, just coming part way down, pausing here, finding some stretch and length in the hamstrings, back of the thighs. Deep breath in. And this time when you exhale, release your hands to reach down towards the floor, keeping bend in your knees. Just find that reach for you here. And if that doesn't feel like a stretch, you can hook fingers around your toes and use the strength from your arms to gently pull yourself a bit lower and a little deeper into this fold. Let's release the toes and slowly start rolling all the way back up to stand, lengthening through the legs. Roll the shoulders back and set them down. We're going to a quad stretch next. If you need something to hold on to, come to a wall or use a chair, okay? We're taking one leg, let's bring it up, and we're bringing that heel towards the glute, and I'm keeping my legs close together, okay? I'm keeping my knee back so it's not coming in front of my planted leg. We're just creating space and length through the front of that stretching leg here. Let's just stand tall. We'll breathe and hold for about 10 more seconds right here. Feel free to pull a little bit harder if that stretch lightened up. You'll loosen up along the way. Carefully release and set down, okay? Let's get ready on the other side. So we'll come to the other side, bring that heel towards your glute and start gently pulling here. And we'll just go back down that list again. So we're keeping the knees close together. We're keeping that stretching leg back, not forward, okay? And we're gently pulling, standing up nice and tall. So we're staying open through the hip flexor as well, finding length through the entire front side of that thigh. Let's hold here, a few more breaths. Carefully release. We're stepping out wide now, so really go ahead and take it out. I'm gonna have you turn your feet so your toes are pointing forward, or even slightly pigeon toed, with heels a little wider out and toes turned in, okay? So you'll start feeling some stretching, probably in your groin already, just standing here, right? Let's take both arms, reach up high. We're gonna bring them down to thighs, lightly bend into the knees, just like we did when we were starting out with our legs closer together. Come down about halfway, so you're pausing, no lower than parallel to the floor. And think about length through your legs, length through the spine, hands supporting on your thighs. and then carefully roll back up to stand tall. Let's reach the hands overhead and float back down. Bring hands to thighs and come forward again. Long spine. Lead with your heart to keep that curving out of your back. Holding right here, feeling that length through the back of the legs. Keep breathing here. Let's slowly roll back up to stand. And now we're gonna turn, let's turn the left foot out. Okay, we'll keep that right exactly where it is. So right toes are facing out now. And we're just gonna lunge over and hold. So I'm bending into this knee, staying long through this back leg. And we're just holding right here. We'll feel some stretching start in that inner thigh on that straight leg. Just hold. Carefully come up. Let's turn the feet around. So we're taking that left toe, pointing it forward, and then that right side is facing out towards that side wall now. And let's start sinking in on this side. So we'll bend into the knee, long back here, and think about just finding some opening through this inner thigh. Point that bent knee in the same direction as your toes, so it's pointing out. We're just gonna hold here a couple more breaths. Carefully come up. So we've kind of warmed up the inner thighs. Let's turn, you can bring your feet in a tiny bit, but still keep them wide. Now we're gonna turn both toes out, heels are in, okay? We're coming back to that lunge. Let's come over, sink it down to the left side. And now again, you'll feel this one more. Think about pressing your inner thigh here towards the opposite foot heel. And just think about that. Finding length right through that inner thigh. Carefully come up. We're gonna go right to the other side. Slowly sink down. Same thing, so right here, we're thinking about almost reaching that inner thigh muscle towards the opposite foot heel. Hold it right here. Carefully come on up. All right, guys, so we're gonna bring the feet in, and so we got into the inner thighs a little bit through the back of the thighs, so we're gonna keep going with our hamstring stretch, okay? So this next stretch is called pyramid. If you've got really tight hamstrings, you may want to grab something for support, like a chair, or you can even take this one to the wall. So I'm gonna talk more about that. But let's get started. So I'm gonna have you again stand with your feet as wide as your hips. When we step back into this one, I want you to keep that amount of space widthwise between your feet, okay? So like I'm stepping back on railroad tracks. So here's where we're headed, okay? Let's take one foot forward, okay? Let's take that right foot forward. Take your left foot back, and we're gonna turn that back foot out at a slight angle, okay? Bring both hip points forward now. So both hips are square and reaching forward. We're gonna inhale up, find length through your spine and length through both legs, and then start to fold over your front leg. So we're coming down right here, and I'm gonna show you from the side, okay? So I'm trying to stay long through my spine, long in this leg, and then wherever I need to place my hands in order to feel that stretch and maintain spine length and leg length, that's where I'm gonna stop, okay? Could be the seat of a chair, could be hands on a wall, hands to your own leg, or hands right to the floor. Neutralize and relax your neck here. So I want you to think again, like we did standing, about re-squaring your hips, okay? that hip on the side with your back leg probably also drifted back like that. So I want you to draw it back forward. Your front leg here, you're gonna rotate that hip back a tiny bit. You're gonna feel that stretch get nice and deep into your hamstring. Bring a little bend into your front knee. Let's carefully bring it back up to standing. And we're just gonna switch our legs now. So let's take that left foot forward. We're gonna take that right foot back. Remember, you've got about hip distance widthwise between your legs. My back foot is turning slightly out, about a 45-degree angle, okay? We're gonna re-square those hip points straight forward. Find length through both legs, find length in your spine, and now fold over your front leg. Remember, it's not our goal to reach down low, it's our goal to keep length and to find that stretch that feels right in your body. So play around with where you place your hands and how low you take this. And again, staying right here, re-square your hips so that front leg hip probably drifted forward. I want you to send it back. Take this back leg hip, pull it forward a little bit. So we're just re-squaring the hips. And bring a little bend into your front knee and carefully come on up. All right, so we've really stretched the backside of our legs really nicely now. We're gonna come down to the mat and we're gonna work more through the front of our thighs here for a second. So getting into the quad right here and the hip flexor just above it, okay? So you'll wanna be kneeling on something soft for this. Let's take the right foot forward. So we're gonna come to a kneeling lunge. And again, keep a little space. I'm not on a balance beam, I've got a little width. And I'm gonna sit back for a second. And now I'm gonna press my hips forward, okay? My back toe is untucked. And I'm really thinking about this side here, my left side being my stretching side. My right foot is planted, my left foot's behind. We're stretching that right side, hip flexor and quadricep. A lot of folks feel really great and feel a nice deep stretch here. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, what I'd have you do is reach up through your left arm and then lean back and lean over. So you're kind of angling over towards that back right corner. And just creating a little more opening through the front of that thigh and hip flexor. Take one more breath right here. And let's carefully come on up. All we're gonna do is just switch our legs around, okay? Let's take the left foot forward. Take the right foot behind, toes are untucked. Remember, we're gonna lift up out of it a little bit. And now we're gonna go for that length. So press forward through the hips. You'll start feeling that right through here, okay? And you can hold it right there if that feels like enough. Taking it a little bit further, you'll reach up through the right arm and then lean back and over towards that back left corner. Carefully start to come out of it here, so that should feel really nice. All right, so guys, we're gonna come on to our seat next, and I'm gonna have you bring your legs forward. We're gonna start with our knees bent, and I want you to place your hands back behind you. And make sure you can kind of grip the floor here. So we've got the knees bent at about 90 degrees. My feet are about hip distance apart, so they're not together. Take them about hip distance apart. We're just gonna get some nice hip rotation here. So all we're gonna do is turn both knees out to one side. And they might come all the way right down to the floor easily. And you can go ahead and place them there, and they might kind of not. They might hang in gravity, and that is where I would have you hold it. Don't try to force them to the floor. We're gonna take each side a couple times. Let's start to take them over to the other side. So again, just letting those knees rotate over. And we'll hold it a couple breaths, and then we're gonna kind of windshield wipe the legs side to side. Let's take it back and forth, okay? So we're gonna bring it over and then right to the other side. Do it one more time each side. And last one. All right, guys, so we're gonna take a couple stretches right down on our backs here. And really gentle lower back and glute stretch is just laying back, hugging your knees towards your chest. It's mild. Don't worry if you think you're not really feeling it. You are getting a gentle low back stretch. So we're gonna lay back, let your head rest to the floor, take hands to your shins, and gently pull your knees in towards your chest. Carefully release. We are going to take reclined pigeon, okay? So that's going to be a hip opener, glute stretch. It also gets into your piriformis and IT band a little bit. So kind of the outer backside area, that's what we're targeting now. So let's keep the left foot planted on the floor for now. Take your right ankle, cross it over just below your knee, okay? We're gonna flex both feet so toes are pointing back towards shins. If this is enough for you, you can stay right here. That might feel great. If you wanna go a little bit deeper, I'll have you take your hands, reach through. You're bringing your left foot up away from the floor now and gently pulling your legs in towards you. So gently pulling here. Keep thinking about turning that knee out to the side. Okay, right knee turning out. And we're still flexing those toes back. Okay, let's carefully release and set down. We're just switching sides. Take your right foot back to the floor. Let's cross the left ankle over, again, just above that knee. Get comfortable here first. Think about turning your left knee out. Start flexing back through the toes. You've got option to stay here or option to go ahead, reach through and pull the legs in towards you. And let's carefully release and set that leg down. Guys, start to roll over. Carefully press yourself up to a seated position. We're taking both legs forward now. Let's take just a couple more forward stretches. I know those hamstrings really get tight. back really gets tight. So we're gonna take one more fold forward here, reach up, and then fold over your legs. Keep pointing those toes back and reach out. Hands come to your legs or right to your feet. Let's carefully release and roll up. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. Let's reach hands overhead right here. Exhale, float them down to side. And one more time. Deep cleansing breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you feel nice and stretched out. I'll see you next time. Bye.